Yeah, it's crazy. That dude was he's just getting into punk, right?
Okay.
And he wants like old proto-punk stuff first. Like he's like trying to go chronologically. He wants like 74, 75, 76 stuff. Like, dude, like, just all the proto-punk stuff. Iggy and the Stooges, New York Dolls, stuff like that. And then he's gonna be doing like Ramones, Clash. He only wants first or second press, like old pressings, and he wants like super super high quality near mint, like VG plus, insane shit, bro. Stuff I was like, you know, you're gonna be paying an arm and a leg for this stuff. He's like, yep, I'll buy a few at a time. I'm not in. He's like, I'm not in here to try to buy a whole crate full.
Yeah.
And dude, it blew my mind because he's very nice, and I really like talking to him. But I was just like, holy shit, dude, this is gonna be a lot of fun, man. We talked a few weeks ago.
If you see any of that stuff, let me know. It's metal, but it has a lot of punk elements.
Okay, Southpaw, what that? Florida Hardcore?
I think so.
FLHC. Anybody on here know who? What is it called again? Southpaw from Florida? Let me know. My boy Andrew might know who that is. He lives in Australia, but he's big into hardcore. All right, let me figure this stuff out. Sorry about that.
No, you're good, brother.
Or if you want to wait till next weekend, we can do that too. It's up to you. I don't care.
You coming tomorrow?
No, I'm gonna take the day off, dude.
Yeah. I've been thinking the same thing, but I don't know.
You want to do it next Saturday?
That's fine.
Here, put them in your store. These are the ones I'm interested in.
Okay.
That way you don't have to wait around on me, because it may take me 10 or 15, 20 minutes to do that.
No, you're good,
So
brother.
next weekend I'll do it. We'll figure out something, and then if you want me to do like, I'll tell you what I can do for it, and then if you want to do like special ordering with that dollar amount, that's fine by me, man. You tell me what you want, and I'll order it up to that dollar amount. I don't care. Yeah, it's all the same to me. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow, my friend.
Too,
I'll see you this weekend.
Take care.
All right. It's been a long day. I'm about to show you guys something cool. All right, let's see here. Oh shit, today is Saturday. I thought it was Sunday, bro. Like, my YouTube channel is a place that you would probably get a lot of, I don't know, you might have a lot of fun listening to it. There's no telling. But this is Agnostic Front. Like I said, they're from New York. You can take a look at that, don't you?
Late 70s?
This is early 80s. This would be like early hardcore. And in my opinion, it's still pretty punk rock. It'll have like, I think this is second wave punk rock, first wave hardcore. Then you have, I mean, as far as I can tell, you want to stay in like what, mid 80s and older, right? Yeah, so you're looking at like Minor Threat, Bad Brains, 7 Seconds, Agnostic Front, and older. Like, you know, you don't want to go into maybe Circle Jerks, Black Flag,
Yeah,
maybe.
someday, but in the beginning, for the next few years, no.
So you're still, so you want to stay primarily 70s, right?
Yeah.
So you're looking at like proto-punk, early 70s, mid 70s, New York Dolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should know about them, but I don't.
New York Dolls, Iggy and the Stooges. Well,
I know
here,
a little bit about Velvet Underground.
Velvet Underground. Yeah. So that's stuff that, like, like my personal opinion on that is that Iggy and the Stooges, Velvet Underground, New York Dolls. I don't even consider that stuff punk, but I know,
They're not.
but I know that stuff is like attached. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, when punk rock guys are wearing like a Velvet Underground shirt, am I ever surprised? No. There's like a whole nother genre of like, I don't know what to call it. It's like rock and roll punk stuff, man. It's like garage rock punk stuff.
Yeah, and that's the Stooges and MC5.
Yeah, well, there's modern bands that play that music, and I love that stuff, which is weird because I don't really typically love that old stuff. I don't understand my own tastes, or I don't know what's going on. My brain is just a giant mess, dude. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, if I help you buy records and stuff, I'm probably gonna learn shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make no qualms with the fact that I have a lot to learn. You know, I just, but I do. I look into it. I learn. I read. I talk.
Familiar with Love.
Love. I don't know them.
A pretty obscure band, but well respected.
Are you from here? I can't remember.
I'm actually from Dallas, but I'm local. I'm local.
Do you remember the Judies? You guys know the Judies? Dude, they'll see this later. The Judies are like, man, I'm fat as shit. I need to lose some weight. Dude, I looked at the camera, I'm like, oh, God.
The camera adds 10 pounds.
It really does, dude. Adds 10 pounds to my already overweight shape. The Judies are like, I'll tell you what. Let's play the Judies real quick. Because I love Agnostic Front, but I think the Judies might be more your speed. And they have an album called Washarama. They're an old Houston band, which is why they're important to me, is because they're from here. But I like their music. It's like, I'll just play it and then you tell me what you think. It's garagey, power poppy, punky. But they were a punk band. But like in hindsight, they're a little lighter than I would consider punk. But they were a punk rock band. One of my buddies, I don't remember who it was, got me interested in them, and I was just very surprised with the fact that they were from here, and I didn't know about them until I was a full-on adult. I like this. So like you could tell, like if you just sped this up and put more gain on it, this would be like a modern punk band. It's almost like pop punky. Like this, I feel like this follows suit with the Ramones more. Like this, not as fast as them, not as chaotic, but similar ideas. You know what I'm saying? With like the tempo, because like the Sex Pistols and the Clash, I don't know of anything that sounds kind of like this. Their stuff doesn't have any like pop in it at all. Maybe the later Clash does, but like the earlier stuff, I guess it kind of has a little bit, but it's still like real raw. Like their guitar tone was different. Like it was more crunchy, if that makes sense. Compared to like modern music, it's not. But like back then, it was real like zhun, like crunch. Whereas a lot of them played like clean channel. You know what I'm saying? Like clean, like this would be clean channel guitar. There's no distortion on it. At least as far as I can tell. But my hearing, Dude, I feel like this is like Descendants were like a derivative of this. I can hear Descendants in this. What do you think? Have you heard of Descendants much?
No, I'm not familiar.
Oh man, you might like their early stuff. Maybe, I don't know. They're pretty fast. They're like this was sped up. If you had a copy of this in your stuff, it would sell. I had a copy sitting up here, and I got a text because my phone number's on the front door. And I got a text one day, and this girl's like, I didn't know it was a girl at first. It was a person. Goes, hey, is this for sale? And it's like a picture through my window, and I was like, oh yeah, for sure. And they're like, are you coming in today? And I was like, yeah, I'm on my way. I'll be there in like 30 minutes. So I get here, and it's like a 19-year-old kid, like this young lady, and she was buying this record. She saw it through the window and was like, I want that. And then like maybe a week or two goes by, and she popped back in, and her dad was with her, and I knew her dad. I just didn't know that was her dad. And he was like, yeah, man, she saw that record, and he's like, I thought it was so funny because I knew that was your shop. And I thought it was cool that a young person wanted to have this, because it was not cheap. It was like $60-$70, something like that. And
he obviously taught her.
Right? Yeah, no, it was just really interesting, because most young people couldn't care any less about this music than they do right now. But yeah, Judy's are another one, local. There's a lot of old stuff. You ever heard the Big Boys or Dicks? I think they're from Austin. Maybe both of them are. But those are Texas bands.
Some of your cassettes are going the wrong way, so I can't see what it is.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's probably.
Oh, it's just dark.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I buy a lot of cassettes. Like a lot, because people don't. There's only going to be so many places that want to buy a lot of cassettes. And I'm starting to get a reputation for having cassettes, so people are coming in to buy them. But for a little while, I had some, and they just sat for a little while. And then I started, I got a few people that came in and found a little gem, and they were like, oh shit, bought it. And then they would come back, and they would tell their friends. It's slowly becoming a place where you can come in and buy and sell cassettes to me. But I really enjoy cassette tapes.
Yeah, the grunge cassettes sell pretty well for me.
I would imagine so.
Well,
I have...
That's about it. Well,
early Nirvana stuff is very expensive. I have a 1991 Nirvana cassette in that case. It's $55. Or I guess it's whatever somebody will pay me for it, but that's the price tag that's on it. I'm pretty sure if somebody offered me $40, I would take it.
I would do that. I would do it right now. If you can assure me that that's an original release.
I guarantee you it's original.
Okay, as opposed to, because they've reissued it recently, right?
On cassette?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I can tell you this isn't a I guarantee you this is from 91. Oh. Now, if you look at all the numbers, look at the cassette and the screws that are in it. And then, from my understanding, all the second presses and beyond had a gloss on the inside, not a matte finish. But yeah, I mean, if you buy something from me and then you find out that it's wrong, I will give you your money back.
I'm sure you would.
I'm not that guy.
I probably wouldn't ask for it, but.
Well, please, if you ever find a mistake, please bring it back. I'm not that dude, bro. I love this,
here.
and I got a reputation to maintain. So
that's why. Do you play test all your LPs? That's
LPs.
That takes a lot of time.
No, because I don't buy them if they're scuffed. So if they're warped or scuffed, I don't buy them. Right. So I don't play test them all. I play test as many as I can. I play test my tapes.
Some of them have a pop on them, and you can't even see it on the record. You know?
Well, if somebody brought one back, I would give them money back. But my tapes, I play test because I have a way to do that pretty easily, and you can't tell until you play test them. So I kind of have to. But yeah, this is a 91 cassette. I bought. Who did I buy this from? There's another collector that I got this from. I bought like a big stack of tapes from him. They were all vintage tapes, and I bought them so I could get something else. I wasn't after this. This was like the one that I knew if I'll take that because I know I can sell it. But I bought. What was I getting out of there? Oh, I was buying original Misfit stuff from him. That's what I wanted. The Nirvana stuff was just like a little bonus. Like I like Nirvana tapes because they sell for me, but I don't listen to Nirvana personally.
I've heard enough of them over the years. I loved them when they came out, but you know I've heard it so much.
Man, I'm not gonna front and act like I didn't try to like Nirvana. I bought Nirvana stuff. I bought the Deftones when it came out. It just didn't resonate with me. And then
did you like any grunge?
Not really, man. I like Soundgarden okay, and then I can appreciate Alice in Chains. Man, my shit needs to be faster.
The Godfather of grunge, you know who he?
The Godfather of grunge? I would have thought it would be Kurt Cobain. Who is the Godfather of grunge?
Well, he's self-proclaimed Godfather of grunge, Neil Young.
Oh God, that guy's a douchebag. I think he's an alright dude though. Like I think his character is okay. But
he's so weird.
He's just a curmudgeonly old dude at this point, and I'm like, bro, chill, man.
Yeah, shut
like
up. Nobody cares.
Pulling your music off of Spotify because Joe Rogan's on it is not hurting anybody but you.
Except him.
So like, you're not. I mean, I get it, making a stand. I can appreciate
the. He probably has a few followers that agree with it. But
right, and I appreciate that he made the statement and that he wanted to sacrifice something for what he thought was good. I can appreciate that, but I was just like, bro. After a while, just put your music back on there, man.
The political stuff's got to go.
It's rough, man. Well, punk rock, if you're not trying to play, and I don't like uber political stuff either. But if you look at it, punk rock, especially the UK stuff, American stuff didn't start out that way. It started out with it was just rebellious, fast rock and roll music. But the UK stuff, I mean, the Sex Pistols, right off the bat, dude, political. Now, were they still kind of I don't know what to call it. There was like a fashion aspect to it too, but they were very much a political band. And the Clash, geez Louise, dude, they were like the political band. So I mean, politics kind of go hand in hand with punk, but there is a section of it that has nothing to do with that. I mean, I like that stuff. I like. Excuse me, if you ever heard of a band, this is a more modern band, but it's called the Briefs. They're like this garagey. They were who I was thinking of earlier with the Judies. They're like garagey, real bright colors, snotty. They're talking about sex, rock and roll, parties. That's what they talk about. Like they're not political at all. I like that shit, but a lot of punk is very political, and it should be, I guess. I mean, we're standing up for something. Change, rebellion. I think that's kind of inherently political to a degree, right?
That's where pop music always starts, right? It appeals to the kids who are rebelling against this establishment.
Yeah, I mean, pop music. Yeah, rock and roll is That's rock and roll. Rock and roll is the fuck you music. Always has been.
I'm going to close with this question. Tell me what you think of Elvis.
I like Elvis.
Early Elvis, for sure.
I like.
Are you familiar with the Sun Sessions?
Oh yeah, my dad. I grew up with like Elvis in the old country, and so like I like Elvis. I don't like the Beatles. I probably like more of the Beatles than I know, but like if you ask me, do you like the Beatles? No, but I'm not naive enough to think that there's not a whole bunch of their songs that I probably do like. But like I don't typically care. But the Elvis I grew up with and I like. I think that's what it was. I was more into rockabilly type shit. So like Elvis was my jam, and I like a lot of his old music. There's a lot of history with Elvis and a lot of like what's the word? drama maybe,
Oh yeah.
because he was taking black music and singing it. But if you dig below the surface, there's a lot of information that needs to be a little more like openly talked about. I think he helped a lot of people, and he helped, and he gave a lot of credit to people. You know who really needs more credit is Little Richard.
Little Richard, one of a kind, wasn't he?
Bro, Little Richard.
He started the rock and roll, the hard rock vocal.
Yeah. Yes.
Nobody was. It was all soft stuff. Before
He was yelling.
Yeah, he was screaming.
Little Richard and Jerry Lee Lewis. I like Chuck Berry. He's my favorite guitar player of all time, probably. Brian Setzer's my favorite of all time.
Maybelline's one of my favorite songs.
Maybelline's a great song, man.
It was one of the first rock and roll songs, 1955.
That's crazy, 1955.
Yes.
His guitar playing was just it. Punk rock stole so much from Chuck Berry and I appreciate it. I need that. I need that Chuck Berry guitar in my punk rock, please. Chuck Berry's very much. That's where all that comes from. All the dude, Motorhead should thank Chuck Berry. Like, that's another good band, Motorhead. Like, as far as like outside of punk, that's still.
Yeah, they were late 70s, weren't they?
I don't actually know when they came around, 70s or 80s. I know it was a long ass time ago. AC/DC was 70s. Motorhead might have been. You know what? I'm just gonna look that up because I'm gonna feel like a doofus if I get this wrong. Yeah, but like American punk started out as just sped up rock and roll. They wanted faster rock and roll, and it wasn't called punk yet. I think the first time it was called punk, might have been the UK, 78 maybe, 77 even maybe. I don't know. I did a video on 77 punk, and I was shocked that the Sex Pistols stuff came out so late in 77. It was like October. There was tons of shit that was before. You know what I just realized I have in here? This. You like The Damned?
Not familiar with them.
All right, we'll talk about that in a second because that's old punk. Like that's old. Fuck, hold on. Let me.
I think they were in the movie, weren't they?
I believe so. Let's see. I almost said American, and then I stopped myself, and I was like, I don't think they were American. They're not American. Everybody that watches this channel knows that I don't listen to The Damned like that. Fucking leave me alone. People are fucking shitty sometimes. Okay, what were we talking about before The Damned? We were talking about something. What year were they from? What band was that?
I don't know. We were talking about Chuck Berry and Elvis.
Motorhead. What year was
Yeah,
Motorhead?
you're right.
Bro, this is like my favorite part of my job. Selling shit's whatever, man. I like talking about this stuff. I talk for a living, and I'm good at it, and I do too much of it. Yeah, 75. You're right. Damn. That's a long time before. I thought if I was thinking if they were in the 70s, then it might be 78. But 75.
That is early.
That is very early for what they were doing. Black Sabbath. I think Black Sabbath and Motorhead both have a lot to do with how punk sounded later. Because not necessarily like melody or tone even, but like maybe just like straight up guitar riff and like
And
vocals, speed, like all that stuff would never come about without those bands. At least in my opinion. Early Metallica. You don't think punk bands take from that? Come on.
Sure.
And then they took from the Misfits. Misfits are early punk. I think the Misfits are probably 78, maybe 77 even. Shit, dude, my history, I don't know. I don't have like all the facts like nailed down in my head. Misfits are early though. Hold on. Yeah, 77. That's so crazy to think. Yeah, Misfits. I mean, there's so many bands that started in that little like explosion. I mean, I could talk about it all day and forget half of them. The two that I like the best are the Vibrators and the Boys. And then the first two Clash albums I've grown to really adore. I love those albums a lot. Ramones' first couple of records are pretty perfect. And then also this one here. Hold on, let's see. Dead Boys is incredibly good. And then Heartbreakers. Loud as a motherfucker. That's early stuff too. Let me see if I can figure out what years these are. Just so you have this information. I'm not trying to get you to buy this stuff necessarily, but as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking like, you know, Johnny Thunders. You recognize the name? No? Well, Johnny Thunders. Come here. What are you guys doing?
We're playing Trap the
No,
Trolley.
he was trying to keep me from walking down the hallway, and I was trying to go around him, and then I bumped into a window.
Okay, well don't do that, because if you break the window, I gotta pay for that. Okay, do you both understand?
Yes.
Zion? You want me to Stone Cold Stun you? It's a wrestling move. I will do it on the concrete. It'll hurt both of us. Both of us, Zion.
There
All
was
right.
this guy. Hi, and he opened a Korean pack that he didn't really like, so he let me have the cards.
There you go.
There's this cool shiny Raichu.
That is awesome.
And a Pikachu.
That's amazing. You're amazing. All right, I love you. Be careful out there. Please don't break my window.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is 1975. You should take a
It's
picture of that
amazing.
and
That
take
is amazing.
take a picture of that. Go home and listen to this. You might like it. The Dead Boys. I think you'll like the Dead Boys. I'm curious to what people are going to be thinking when they're hearing this. I'm sure I got some of the facts a little bit wrong. I don't claim to be, incredibly knowledgeable, and I do forget things and get things mixed up. And this is also 75. Yeah, these are both 75. You should listen to those. I would like to hear your. You got my phone number. I'd like to hear your opinion on those. And just kind of what you think. Johnny Thunders is a pretty important character within punk. But yeah, this is some old stuff. These are old pressings, so this would be in the same vein as the stuff that you're looking for. Maybe not necessarily right now, but the Rose Tattoo stuff. Where are they from? They're like. Do you like AC/DC? Rose Tattoo is like a little bit.
I'm not crazy about them, but they're good.
I love AC/DC, but Rose Tattoo is also Australian. Okay, that's what I thought. They're Australian, also within relation to Radio Birdman, not AC/DC. They're, I think, Irish. Yeah, they're from '76. So they're like, in my opinion, Rose Tattoo is like AC/DC with a tad bit more like straight up like punk. Now they weren't calling it that yet, but that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like AC/DC with a little bit of Clash thrown in there. I really like Rose Tattoo. A lot of the punk bands that I listen to really like them. That's how I heard about them, was through, I think my favorite band's called Rancid. I think that's who I heard Rose Tattoo from, as far as a band. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I can just keep talking like this. I got all kinds of weird little tidbits, and there's so many bands out there. There's so many bands. I learn new stuff every week, man. It's crazy.
Next time I come in and have a chair.
Oh shit, dude! I have a chair. It's in the hallway. I gotta get to doing a few things before I close. But yeah, always. You're welcome to sit down and hang out. Do you have cash, or can you do a digital payment?
I should have cash.
Okay, I can't take a stinking card right
Are
now.
you serious about that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah. No. Enjoy it, man. I'm glad. I've had it for a while. Once I've had something for a little while, I know somebody else have it. So, yeah, take it. Enjoy it.
All right. And you're going to try to find me some of the other stuff.
Oh no, I'm not going to try. I will find it.
Right.
That is not a question at all. I am 100% confident that I will be hitting you up probably in the next few days. Hey, this is the price. What do you think?
That might be in time for the Austin show.
Cool.
I can
Cool.
sell it.
The Austin show is in when?
It's 2 weeks from today.
So if I get it within the next couple of days, it might show up by then. So I will do my best.
Randall.
Cool.
You got my
Awesome.
contact information.
Yeah, I saved it this time, so I have it. So sorry about that.
Have a good one, man.
All right, brother. Be good. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about today. Oh, and I have a box to open up. I almost forgot about this. Dude, y'all are going to trip out when you see what's in this box. Okay, so I picked up a couple of Prince 7-inches. Check this out. Dude, I've never seen a purple 45 with a picture sleeve like that. That's like old, from 1984. That's crazy, man. Super cool. Of course, Prince did purple, right? Okay, so I bought all those records yesterday, all those Deftones and Linkin Park and Korn. I sold most of it already. It's kind of crazy. But one thing that I wanted to show y'all was, let me find my keys, hold on. There we go. Okay, so in my hallway, I had some CDs, right? One thing that you got to think about when you have a store like this is merchandising. I did merchandising for a few years of my life, like probably 5 years, where that's what I did. I would go into stores and I would take down their displays, clean everything, re-display it all, make sure the prices were accurate, and then that's how I got paid, right? And so in a place like this, that is incredibly important. So I take things like this Miles Davis CD set, I put it in here with a nice big price tag on it, and then we got this Al Green DVD audio that somebody told me about what it was. I figured out, what it was valued at or whatever, but Al Green, very popular, right? I put him out here in the hallway, visible, lights on in the case, all right? Got a 30-foot fall. Well, if I want somebody to look at that, what do I put in front of it? Green Day, bands that people know. What this does, this gets people in my store because you want interesting stuff in the hall. So I put out things that people know about, bands people are interested in, okay? So I'll put Green Day and NoFX The Decline in here, priced, so people see the price. So if they come in asking for it, they already know the price tag. They don't have to go, hey, how much is that? And then get disappointed if it's too much, right? Which, that sucks, man. I've done it before. Sometimes, not everything's priced in here. I'm trying to, but it's a process, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll take something interesting like a Rancid, and out come the Wolves Japanese version of the CD with the Obi strip. Super cool, very sought after, pretty scarce, honestly, with all the artwork with it. Put it in here, got a price tag on there, boom. The shelves are looking good. Everything's in here. Madonna is out in the hallway. Stone Temple Pilots unopened. Then you put it next to stuff like The Stress, Absolute. Underground stuff, The Offspring's next to Bullshit Detector, Poppers and Empire Down, right below the Havoc and DRI. I mean, you just mix it up, make things that are desirable, put out flashy, pretty cool stuff in the hall. Also, every once in a while, mix it up, dude. Move it around. Midnight, like just, I don't move it around all the time, but I come out here, I don't know, every couple of months and just move things around, put new stuff in there. Out here, I constantly change this. This is always moved around. Oh, somebody was asking me about the Rancid Life Won't Wait cigarette pack thing. If you see this, I still have it. If you want it, just hit me up. I'll take it home tonight. And that way, if you want it, you can have it, and I'll ship it to you this week. Let's see what we got. TSOL. All right. Dude, I cannot believe that I sold all that freaking Deftone stuff. Oh, by the way, I was talking to that guy for quite a while. Let me know what you think, and let me know if I got any of that stuff wrong. I'm trying to learn this stuff too. Like y'all know, I primarily know about 90s punk. So anything like, let's say 85 and older, I'm still learning it, man. But let's see, 9 Inch Nails stuff just got in. I changed the CD case around, make it look Sade. This is all stuff that needs to be displayed prominently. The Misfits, dude. Like, come on. Linkin Park, The Cure, Susie and the Banshees. This is all stuff that needs to be... dude, out of all those CDs from yesterday, this is all I have left. Holy shit, dude. Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. Man, I was doing something else with this, and I cannot for the life of me remember what that was. Oh well. Oh well. All right, let's see. What else do I have? Oh, dude, check it out. Here's a way that you can display your old flyers and stuff without damaging them. So I know these are reproductions, but I wanted to show you this because I'm going to put these in my windows, but I didn't want to like tape the paper. So what you do is you get magazine size bags and you just slide it in, but you put the flap to where the flap would go this way if it's going to be facing out. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. So the flap needs to go over the artwork if it's going to be facing outside, so you can hang it by the flap. If it's going to be inside, facing inside, you would flip it around so that the flap is above it. I don't know, that's just the way I do it, so that the tape goes on the flap. The tape always needs to go on the flap. But I'm going to put these in my windows so we can, I don't know, show people cool stuff. Why not, right? I love this. Love it, dude. Shout out Kevin for hooking me up. I'm like wallpapering my windows basically with cool punk rock flyers. I should have put the tape on here first. There we go. This way, if I ever want to change the flyer out, I can do that. Or if something happens to the plastic, the paper's okay. I don't know. I bet if you had like some real vintage old flyers, you wouldn't want to put them in those bags anyways. You just want to have them probably in a binder or something, I would imagine. I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's put this up here. And then I got a box that I'm going to open up from Mr. Lars Fredrickson. And then I'll get up out of here. So, yeah. Shout out to anybody that comes in here and wants to learn about punk. First off, I'm not an authority on punk. Second, I love this shit. So thank you for your time, your patience, you know, business. I appreciate it so much. All right. Bam. Flyers in the windows. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. I don't want to show you guys because I don't know that that's okay. There we go. Check it out. Ah, that's awesome, dude. Does it say anywhere on here where it's coming from? That way you can see that it is from California. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Yeah. San Francisco. Come on, bro. How crazy is that? Shout out Lars. All right. This is cool. Hope everybody's having a good Easter. Or, you know, whatever. All right. Yo. That's dope. That's actually really badass. I like that he uses like old bags and shit to pack. I bought a lot of stuff from Lars. He always recycles his like plastics and papers, and I don't know. I do the same thing, so I appreciate that. I recycle my boxes too. All right. Yoink. What time is it? It is 5:20. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here pretty soon. Check it out, dude. Ooh. Django VHS tapes. These are in great shape too. Wow. Hell yeah. I would imagine that these are European maybe? I don't know. It's got the European tag on it. Thomas Milan. Django Kill. Fuck yeah. Dude, this is so badass. You guys watch any of these spaghetti westerns? Man, this is cool. Dude, Lars is into all kinds of wild shit. Man, I hope I can get that dude on the show one of these days. We'll see. We'll see. He's a pretty reasonable guy. I think I can get him on. Talk to me for a little while. But yeah, man, he sold me these for a pretty good price, actually. Like, I was a little surprised at the price. So shout out Lars for hooking your boy up. You know, for Django VHS tapes in really great shape, actually. So, yeah. All right, man. It's late. It's hot. I'm tired. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you guys for watching this video. Shout out to all the old school punkers out there. Anybody trying to get into this stuff at a later stage in life, I think that's pretty freaking cool, man. But yeah, time for me to go home, eat some dinner, hang out. Tomorrow morning we'll go see a movie, and then I'll see y'all on the live stream. I guess at this point it'll be tonight. So, all right, everybody. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Peace.